Alright, folks. You heard it here first. I survived the lobotomy. So, last night, I woke up at 4 a.m. And I usually do that to pee. And it's not a habit I love, but it's one of those things that might just be necessary. It's been happening, I think, maybe for a month or so. And I actually just learned that my best friend is also waking up at 4 a.m. not to pee. We have a psychic link, you see. So I'm trying to fix that for myself and now for her. So we both stop waking up at 4 a.m. And I literally had a conversation about this with her the other day. And then last night, I wake up at 4 a.m. to pee, and then I cannot go back to sleep. I haven't had a night like that since I was a teenager. It was like there was nothing to it. It wasn't that I was excited to start the day. That there was like, you know how you're like, "Oh, I'm so excited for like the vacation." It wasn't like that. It wasn't anxious thoughts keeping me awake. It wasn't that. It wasn't even like intrusive thoughts. There were no thoughts. I was kind of like, okay, I guess I'm awake now, and but also like still tired, but not exhausted. But so I was just sitting there trying to go to sleep, laying there, tossing, turning, watching satisfying videos, trying to go to sleep, and it didn't work. I think I maybe got, I think I maybe fell asleep at like 6, which is an hour before my boyfriend wakes up to go to work. And then I woke up at like 9. I just was like, today is a rest day. There's a lot of stuff I need to do. Excuse me while I snack. But there's just no possible way that I can do all of my creative thinking and all of the editing and with that little of sleep. And the thing is, I wasn't like exhausted throughout the day. Like I'm always tired. I wake up, I'm tired. I have very vivid dreams. Recently they've been stressful. I've not been having good night's sleep, and it's something that I've been wanting to work on. And so today I just decided rest day, do a couple chores around the house. Shocking, I know. I've been wanting to dust the bedroom for a while, and so that's what I did today. I actually started out in the kitchen because I grew a bunch of watermelon in my garden. One of them had apparently rotted on the countertop. Sludge. Blech, everywhere. Ew, oh my god, it was so gross. And the thing is, like, you don't even smell it. And then I'm moving and cleaning, and then it's, woo, the reek of it all. So I cleaned that, and I was like, well, while I'm cleaning, I might as well clean the sink, do the dishes. Okay. Might as well clean the stovetop, clean the stove, clean the microwave. Did not clean inside of the microwave. That's for another day. Okay. I cleaned like the other side of the countertop before, so I didn't do it this time. But I cleaned like the hard corner that I haven't cleaned in like a while, and it was nasty back there. So I woke up today and I was like, I cannot do that again. I cannot have this not falling back to sleep BS. So I have set a time on my phone now, 10 p.m. No phone, no sugar, no water. That's what started it. And then I added on those other things. I'm sick and tired of waking up in the middle of the night to have to go pee. Oh my god, it's awful. Like, you just get used to it and then you go back to sleep. But it's like literally, I'm already not having very good sleep because of the stress dreams, which aren't even like stress dreams. They're just like weird subconscious bullshit that's like, hey, pay attention to me. It's like, oh my god, can't I just sleep? And I'm trying not to lucid dream, which apparently that's the term for when you can control your dreams, which is what I taught myself how to do when I was a child, and I've been doing that every night. Because when I'm like, I'm a creative, adventurous person, so I like to have creative, adventurous dreams. And if I get bored of a plot line, or I want to amp it up, or I'm having a bad dream, I just say, no, and then I change it. That apparently is lucid dreaming, when you're like aware that you're dreaming. Cool, superpower. Takes up a lot of brain power, which you need to rest. This is my food. This is my girl dinner. Not dinner, but why is the orange just sunlight? That's cute. Yep. Okay, I'm trying to eat healthy because the gut is the second brain, and I'm trying to be more creative in my grind. And while I'm here, I figured I'm folding paper anyway. Might as well chat with my friend. You. So yeah, today has been a restful day, and then after I did the kitchen, I was like, I'm gonna tackle the bedroom. I'm gonna dust the crap out of it in there because we have these two nightstands on either side of the bed. Dusty. But then the main culprit was the dresser that has the TV on it. And it's like far away from the bed and we aren't like interacting with it, but there's a layer of dust on that bad boy. And I said, ooh, it's time. And I dusted that, and then I dusted a bookshelf that had like the most trinkets on it. If you couldn't tell, if you can't imagine, I'm a trinket person. So I took off all the trinkets and I dusted the trinkets. And you know what? I also dusted under the bed, and I mean dusted. It was like a cartoon, like a cartoonish level of dust, like a cartoonish amount of dust. Where we have like a couple like figure boxes, like toys that we got from like Christmas a while ago that we never used but don't want to throw away. Under the bed, and when I say I take them out, I go like this with my hand. A pile, like a cartoonish pile of dust on every single side of these boxes. Oh my god, so much dust. I can't believe it. I'm not somebody who's affected by dust. I mean, aren't we all affected by dust? But I'm not someone who is allergic, who will like sneeze and cough and the eyes watering. Luckily, thank God. Didn't dust the fan now that I think about it. We have the fan on every night. But my cleaning day is done. Okay. I spent all day cleaning. Like I woke up at I got out of bed at like 9, I think. Maybe 8. For my sanity, let's call it 9. Um probably 8. And I just chilled. And when I mean chilled, I mean like say hi to the cat. Go outside on the porch. And then I just like started cleaning. And rare, but needed. And nice. I was just like in a groove. I just put on some like what do you call it? Like white noise, like nature sounds. Like the wind blowing through the trees on an autumn day. I love like real videos, not just like fabricated sounds. That's so cool. Like I want to do that, but like you literally have to like get a camera, set it up somewhere that no one's gonna like find it or bother it, and then like have so much storage on the device. I definitely can't do that with my phone. I mean, people like get cameras and set them up or like on a tripod and just like let it rip. And it's cool. I like that. Anyway, I've missed making videos. I've been so busy. I've been so busy. What I'm doing right now, folding pieces of paper for my mail club business. And it's just part of why I've been so busy. And I'm a writer. I'm a novelist. And I'm writing a novel, and there was this first chapter competition. And I was perfecting my first chapter. I was writing the first chapter. I read out of order. I was writing the first chapter and perfecting it over like 2 weeks, like nonstop, like every day. I was like, I'm such a writer. I'm doing this every day. It's the only thing I'm doing. It's the only thing I'm thinking about. And I was like, I can just crank this out. I can crank this out. I am very bad at writing first chapters, like the start of a story. the entry point. No, thank you. But I was so proud. I was so proud of this thing, and I did it, and I perfected it, and I went to turn it in, and there's a word count. There's a secret hidden word count. I looked everywhere. Everywhere they posted this competition. Everywhere. And nowhere was there a word count. I looked because I'm somebody who writes a lot. Okay? So, I like to be prepared. And even knowing this, I was like, I need to cut it down, I need to cut it down, and I was cutting it down. So I cut it down to like just under 6,000. I wanted to cut it down to 5,000. But it's just so good in the prose, and it's so poetic, and there's all these details, and it's beautiful, and it's beautiful. And my best friend read it, and she said it reminded her of sharp objects. That's living inside my brain, rent-free on loop. Okay, so, that's a success. Anyway, so I go to turn it in. 4K minimum. Devastating. I had to butcher my perfect chapter. The day of that I'm supposed to be turning it in. So I took 2 weeks writing and perfecting the thing, and then I have to butcher it like a few hours before the deadline's over. So I take 4 hours and I butcher it, and I don't know. I'm just not even gonna think about it. I really, really wanted to win this thing. I want to win this thing. I can win it, baby. I can win this thing. The prize is like getting to speak with a literary agent and the judges are also literary agents who read your manuscript, and then they'll give you advice on the book and the publishing industry and how to go forward with it, and maybe they love it so much they just offer you representation, and then you get a book deal, and then it just all happened. I want that for me. Guess who hasn't finished writing the book? Guess the parameters of the competition need to have the book finished by October when they announce the winners. So, I will be finishing the book by October. It's August right now. It's just the start of August. Need to have it done by the end of September. Yeah, I can do that. I've already written like 180,000 words for it. Or maybe like 80,000 words. But that's a whole novel right there. What am I doing? So I just need to just write the beginning. And then pick my favorite scenes and weave it all together masterfully as I do. It's my purpose in life. I love raspberries. I've been branching out, I've been trying all the berries. Nothing tops a raspberry. Nothing is better than this! The blackberries. I mean, okay. The blackberries I've been getting have no taste to them. There's no way they have to be doing something wrong. The blueberries, good. Like a 7 out of 10. Like if a raspberry's a 10 out of 10, blackberry's the next best berry, 7 out of 10. Like that's where I'm at with berries. I'm not a fan of cherries, they kind of freak me out. I don't know. I've been trying to do tangerines because citrus is good for you. I was never a citrus person, but we all grow. Trying to return to grapes. I prefer red grapes, but have discovered green cotton candy grapes. Banger. Highly recommend. And I don't get the hype behind freezing a grape. It's not for me, but I'm happy you're ecstatic about it. Ecstatic. Ecstatic. It's people who freeze their grapes. They'll tell you all about it. I'm somebody who doesn't get brain freeze because I had some tooth trauma when I was younger, so my nerves are dead, and it's another one of my superpowers. Um, but I don't really get the hype around like freezing your snacks, which is crazy because I used to eat ice. You know. Hashtag iron deficiency. Hashtag girlhood. I'm so curious to what the paper folding sounds like. Is it, what is it called? Not aesthetic. The other one. Anyway. Um, my stacks and stacks and stacks of paper. I'm very proud and having a great time with my mail club. I'm having so much fun with it, and I'm so popular right now. I'm getting so many more subscribers. I'm so happy. Money magic is real. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's all belief, baby. There was this one night, a couple weeks ago, I'd gone camping for a week, and then we came home, and there was one night where I was just like so awake, and maybe we'd like gone to bed early because that's what we had been doing while we were camping, and I was like just feeling called to go outside and lay under the stars, and so I took a woven blanket, you know, the ones that have like the really like designs on them, and they're like kind of rough to the touch. Those are my favorite, like, sitting outside blankets. We have a couple. I couldn't find mine. It's in the car. Surprise. Figured that out later. But we had another one. And so I took it outside and I laid it down on my spot. And I was looking up at the stars, and the moon was pretty full, and everything was so beautiful. And the night sounds with the frogs and the katydids. Such a fun word. The lightning bugs had already gone to bed, and there's some frogs and toads out there. And it's not something I do much anymore. But that was something that I was doing all the time when I was younger, like a teenager. That act saved me because I was very lonely and going through a very, very difficult period in my life back then. Um, Talking to the stars like saved me, like gave me somewhere, someone to just like vent to and feel like seen and heard by, and it was really so special. And I fell in love with space. I have a telescope, all of it, and I'm very spiritual now. Wow, finished folding my things. Don't worry, I have so much more to fold. Let's try pausing. Wow, I figured out how to pause a video instead of just ending it. Time to fold. Oh my gosh, all of this. It's newspaper paper, so it's thinner. Um, ASMR, maybe. Oh, I walked outside and I was like, wow, what's that smell? And I forgot I made a simmer pot. Because I'm like trying to have a cool day. So anyway, I'm much more spiritual now. And you'd think that means that like and like more whimsical, and you'd think that mean that like I would go out and land and talk to the stars all the time, but I don't. And I really should, and I'm laying there, and I'm not having like any like profound, moments, but I probably shed a couple tears and just like let some things out. Oh, Cancer rising. If you know, you know. And I kind of curl up, and I'm like, maybe I could fall asleep out here, just for like a little bit. But I don't. And I'm relaxing, and then all of a sudden, a creature, and it's a toad. It's a big toad, and we go ah at the same time, and he jumps away, and I jump away, and it was very cute. Then I went inside and I fell asleep in my bed. I love the stars. When's the last time you went and just like took a long moment with yourself and just like truly gazed at the stars? There was this moment yesterday in the evening. So my favorite color, it's evening. the sun is going to set. It's not in that sunset era yet. It's like the minutes before sunset. It's still kind of golden hour. There's a storm brewing, or a storm that has just passed. And those heavy, dark, bluish gray clouds are low backdrop in the sky. And the sun, this golden sun, is casting all of its light on the world. And it's summer, so all of the trees are big and bushy and green, and the golden light is touching the green trees against the dark gray background that is also being lit up by the sun, and that is my favorite color. That combination of those three, absolutely. I wish I could stare at that all the time. Wow. So I saw this yesterday. This was happening. And I'm like, wow, it's my favorite color. And I stared at it for a while. Then I went inside, and then I came back outside to find a rainbow. And the sun was setting, so everything was pink. And the clouds were puffier and like lighter. And my garden is in full bloom, and I had these like 6-foot tall flowers. I always forget what they're called. And the butterflies love them, and the goldfinches and the hummingbirds and the moths, and everyone is so happy, and the light and the rainbow. A rainbow was like straight a pillar of rainbow right down in the center of the valley behind my house in my yard. Heaven on earth. I mean, really. I gawked. I was like, oh my god. The things you see when you leave your house, even if it's just on your porch. I'm so blessed. I'm so happy. I'm so happy nowadays. Not too long ago, I was very, very, very depressed. And I've done a lot of work to pull myself out of that. And I'm very proud of myself. And I've made a bunch of better habits, and I'm making better habits still, like trying not to wake up at 4 a.m. to go pee and not doom scrolling after 10. It's my first day. Wish me luck. Eating fruits instead of just chocolate. Berries. Is a berry a fruit? I saw a compelling argument once that they were like, vegetables aren't real. I don't even remember now. Like, that doesn't really make. It was so compelling, and I was like, yeah, I believe that. And it was like the categorization of like fruit to vegetable is made up. Something like that. And it kind of made sense because we like categorize things that like it's just like making stuff up, because it's like a fruit comes from a flower on a plant, but then like so do watermelons. But that's a vegetable. It's literally what a tomato is, and there's a debate. Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable? It's like, it's categorized as a vegetable, but it's a fruit. By fruit labeling standards, anyway. No. You know, I could talk to you and rant on and on forever, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing, but smaller videos. And hopefully ones where I'm not eating, because I assume it's kind of gross, but yeah. We're friends, you get me. You understand me, and I love that about you. I love that about us. I think the worst part about the mail club, folding 1 million pieces of paper. And I've looked into those, like, machines that fold pieces of paper. They're, one, hella expensive, and two, the reviews are bad. They're like, it jams, it doesn't fold right, it only folds for like a little while. Girl, I need something consistent. Like in the beginning of the mail club, when I had way less subscribers, I'd have my friends come over and they would help me fold, and it was a fun time. And they'd help me pack. But now I'm a big girl and I must do it on my own. Just kidding. But I do like accomplishing things on my own. Hashtag eldest daughter. Yeah, it feels good to not need anyone. Hahaha. But that's another lesson I'm trying to unlearn. Where it's like your community wants to be with you. Your friends want to help you. So here I am, holding paper, and if I need the help, we'll see. But I'm technically ahead of schedule, which is to say I'm on schedule because for the last 7 or 8 months, I've been way behind every month. So I'm happy to be kind of ahead now. I have basically everything written and printed and ordered, and now I'm waiting, and I have to reach out to the artist tomorrow. And yeah, will you write this all down and like text me after? So I need to message the artist tomorrow. I need to maybe contact the bookmark company because I'm sure it's fine. But like I uploaded a picture and it was like, this is the picture I wanted the bookmark. And then they're like, okay, got it. And they're like, somebody went wrong, re-upload. And I was like, okay. And I did that 3 times. They asked me to do that 3 times. Bro, I'm on a deadline. You gotta get this shit in order, literally. So I did it and I was like, fuck it, send it through. It's fine. So, if they're like, something went wrong, you need rep. I'm calling them. I don't even know this company. I'm calling them. You gotta figure this shit out and put it on fast track because I'm behind schedule. It could arrive really early, or it could arrive past my deadline, so we'll see. Um, we'll see. I like having my small business. I like being a small business owner. I like being creative. Okay, okay. I've chatted enough for one video. It's almost 30 minutes now. I'm happy to have shared this time with you, my sweet friend. I'll let you know if I sleep well tonight. We'll see. Wish me luck. Next time. Next time. What am I trying to say? See you next time. See you later. Until next time. A raspberry. There we go. Bye!